Afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Friday, May 9, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a reverse aging health call and all the rest tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Once you choose to master your mind, the ego becomes your faithful servant, and you soon discover this natural river of bliss inside your heart. The silence of the mind allows you to discover this sacred stream within. Only with an infinite amount of patience will the mind stop its controlling. Repetitious, chaotic patterns. Only with infinite presence will the mind come to a complete stop, and you'll become 100% absorbed in the divine source. The opportunity to experience this is found within every moment. The silence between your every breath contains the doorway, and your heart is the key. Choose to begin the process of mastering your mind by redirecting your focus repetitively towards your heart. Now, the more often you place your attention there, meaning your heart, the more love, awareness, and energy flows to and from there. Eventually, this awesome chakra center will open, and you'll experience your true spiritual connection to this infinite river of bliss. This simple practice will bring your life much greater joy, wisdom, and clarity than any major accomplishment you could have in the physical world. See, when you master the spiritual within, then the physical is at your beck and call. See, we've been taught to master the physical, right? And look what happens. It's actually the opposite, mastering the spiritual within. Then the physical will be at your beck and call. You see how things have been, how we've been taught throughout the ages. It's switched. It's different. You can tell because we've been, just watching everything, observing. You take in the fact that we have been guided oppositely of our natural state, continuously across the board. You can look at anything and realize this, that we have been guided oppositely of our natural state of being. Now, are we aware of it? No, we're not aware of it. We all, we come here, we have amnesia, we get in these bodies, and we begin to get programmed, and we start experiencing life. And, for the most part, none of us do a bad job at all. We experience things and we learn things, and then the time comes and we leave the body. And the miracle is that as you awaken, so too does the whole universe parabole up. So you look at the world, which has a natural order and perfection within it. And this divinely orchestrated universe is easy to see, feel, and experience when we simply focus our attention in its direction. As you know, what you put your energy on grows stronger. The more you take time to look for the beauty and the perfection around you, the more you'll see, feel, and experience the awesome divine energy that is within all beings and things on this planet. It's only your mind that stops you from perceiving the divine in every experience, person, and thing. That's why the mind is there to master, see? Because it doesn't know. So it's there to master. And the mind tends to complain about things that it perceives as bad or wrong, because these things are not in alignment with its plans and expectations. And it would like everything to go according to its agenda, and can think it is the supreme ruler of this universe, its universe. Truly, it has no idea how your whole life is going to look once it is finished. While the mind may grumble and get upset about certain experiences, you can always step back from the mind and see the gift in every perceived so-called negative event. And whenever there is an open mind, there's the possibility of seeing the positive within everything. I've seen it where people, they become irritated, so to speak, if they're talking about something that's, low frequency negative. And you respond by picking out some positives in it. They get irritated because of that. Because you're actually identifying something positive when their direction is on the negative. Isn't that wild? By looking at any event with humility and a long, deep, quiet curiosity, the perception pendulum inside the mind will swing from negative to positive. And with enough childlike innocence and courageous introspection, you'll start to understand that everything happens for a bigger purpose. Now, this reason is not always evident at first, yet each event is always created by an all-loving, intelligent universe that is helping you to live your life's mission all the time. If life was a big, beautiful puzzle, the mind would only be able to perceive one piece of the puzzle and not the entire assembled masterpiece. Think about that. The conscious mind isn't big enough to comprehend how all of the pieces of this deeply complex universal puzzle of life all fit synchronistically together. Only when the mind drops can we catch a glimpse of the bigger picture. Only when it is one with this universe will it truly understand or comprehend and see this perfection everywhere, all the time. The universal grand design is already perfectly in place. All the pieces of this mysterious puzzle are exactly right, even if the mind judges them not to be. The perceived imperfections you see are actually your path to freedom. You see, the purpose of the mind is to continually grow, open, learn, and expand to the point that it realizes that it is one with this universal mind. And it creates these misperceptions just so it can one day know what perfection truly is and really appreciate it. We really don't know what love is until we've experienced the loss of love. Everything has its opposite to give us contrast so that we can have many different experiences to learn and grow from. You want to make sure that you're in a comfortable position with no outside distraction, and that you're relaxed into your body, still as a statue and focused on your breath rising and falling. Now the mind, it often gets in the way of us seeing and knowing that this perfection is all around us. It believes it is solely responsible for managing our entire world. And that if one little thing is not right, it throws a huge raging fit. It tends to think that it's the general manager of this universe. Now, if and when your world does not seem perfect to the mind right now, take a giant step back from the mind. This will help you to experience a more universal perspective. And once you get even a tiny glimpse of this awesome divine universal perspective, it's an awesome divine holographic conscious matrix. And the mind will be humbled. Relax a bit and start to see more of the divinity in everything. See, we spend most of our time really out there. And this is why the majority of us, lifetime after lifetime, we do not discover who and what we are. When we discover who and what we are, we have mastered the mind and our thoughts. One might say, well, why do we need to master the mind? Right? Why do we need to master our thoughts? Because we are so powerful, and we haven't brought it in full view, that if we don't master our thoughts, then they create, they manifest. But we don't know that. See? And if we don't master the mind, then it will continually master us. And it's so small of a container, most of the time it can't comprehend a lot of things. One puzzle of a big, beautiful puzzle, it's all it's capable of. What do you believe would happen in the event that we did, the majority of us on this planet, mastered our thoughts, mastered our mind, which then meant that the ego becomes a vehicle for us through the heart-mind? See, one might say, well, how does manifesting happen? Really? It happens because your body-mind is a channel for the inexhaustible spiritual source of energy, love and creativity that is found only in the present moment. You can't find anybody else. You can't find anywhere else. And the more present you are, the more your body opens to this manifesting power, and the richer your experience of this life becomes. Now, with a consistent, relaxed yet focused awareness on what you want instead of what you do not want, you will naturally and continuously manifest amazing things. It's our focus, see? It's all of us, we all have this omnipotent power. It doesn't matter, okay, you're in this body and you have amnesia, but what you're doing, what you have, it has nothing to do with that. Period. And see, the more we decide to stay in the now, in other words, the more present you are, the more your body opens to this manifesting power, and the richer your experiences of this life becomes. It's maintaining a consistent, relaxed, yet focused awareness on what you want instead of what you do not want. You will naturally and continuously manifest amazing things. Now, some things we ask ourselves, right? Well, then why hasn't this materialized? You say, I believe I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, I'm doing everything right. But why hasn't this materialized? And I ask myself that at times. Because it's not the right timing. The universe knows much better than we do. And you just leave it to that. Let it go. And I've said this so many times, everything that any of us need, that you need, everything is inside you. This entire universe and its divine consciousness is your very nature. Now, we were never taught that, okay, right? And this has total command over all the elements, atoms, subatomic particles, beyond, thought forms, and existence. This is the truth of who we are. And yes, we were all told by others that we are a body, a name, and identity that has certain beliefs, limitations. Show me, what do we get? I need your ID. Show me who you are. I got to have identification. And that has certain beliefs and limitations. These are all ideas about who you are and only a fraction of the truth of what and who you truly are. To truly comprehend the powerful manifesting beings we truly are, you simply need to experience it for yourself. And to have this experience, you need to access your infinite potentiality by practicing dropping deeply inside. Right? There is a deep stillness and silence within you, always, that is intimately connected to the all-loving, divine, universal intelligence in the present moment. There exists an inner knowing, an understanding that you are all-powerful and extremely magical. Now, this body, mind, and universe are a magical hologram in which you can create anything you desire at any time. And when you have a consistent positive flow of intention in high emotional energy toward any desired outcome, this sacred magical universe has to assist you in the present moment. It's always the present moment. It isn't yesterday. It isn't tomorrow. It's always the present moment. The instant we stop being 100% engaged in what our now experience of life is, by getting up in your head about the past or future, life loses its juicy flavor, deeper spiritual meaning, and overall divine manifesting experience. With an open and centered energy, your thoughts manifest from your core creative self, and you magically co-create your life. We never can go back, and when I say never, we can't go back. You know, you say, well, I'm going to go back to the town, right? Or the city or the place or something. I'm going to go back there. Could be, like you left there 20, 30 years ago. And you have a different, you remember certain things and so on and so forth. So you go back there, and you reminisce, and I remember that, and I remember this, but you say, it's not the same. It isn't the same. It's never the same. And the moment has already changed the second you think you've arrived. And that's how fast this divine presence is. The moment moves and flows much faster than the mind. And the mind can never, ever catch the present moment. And when it actually does catch up, so to speak, the mind is no longer there. You reach a state of no mind, or nirvana. Everything you want is contained within this universe. And this universe only exists in this moment. Why would any of us look anyplace else for what we want? Manifesting energy is only found in the here and now. And there's more of it than you or any of us could ever use. It's inexhaustible. The present moment is more amazing than anything that the mind can conceive of, and is the only place that you truly exist. Now, once you moment, for many days and weeks, you will have a shift in consciousness that is so profound that your life will never be the same. A dynamic transformation will unfold through you, and you'll see the manifesting. That manifesting your desires is effortless and joyful. Miraculous, synchronistic events will become your everyday life. A sense of inner peace will prevail. And within each moment, there will only be time for you to shine your light onto this world. Surrendering to the present moment is how you bring truth, vision, purpose, and meaning to your life and step into being the divine, magnificent being you truly are. See, and it is all about you and what you decide you're going to do to find the God within you. And to practice being in the now all the time. You get to a point where you know what the difference is. You're in the present moment, moment to moment. Whatever it is you're doing, you're focused moment to moment. And you learn that all of that chatter and all of that other stuff, all the thoughts and everything aren't there. They don't exist. You say to yourself, well, that's phenomenal. Why would I be anywhere else but the now, the present moment? Why would I be in yesterday and tomorrow? Why would I spend all that energy thinking about tomorrow, or an hour from now, or a year from now, or a month, or a week, or a day? And yes, we go into the past and we reminisce, and you get thoughts that come in from the past. And we look at things and we make comparisons. But we don't live there. That's the big difference. Some of us live in the past. We live there. Some of us live in the future. And others of us live in the past and the future. Well, where's the now? We skip it. We don't live in the now. And the now is our natural state of being. And the now allows us to master the mind and our thoughts. I mean, there's so many avenues that the now affords us. It's off the charts. I mean, it's phenomenal. Why don't we do it? Well, we're in a habit of yesterday and tomorrow. And sometimes a habit is very difficult to end. And some of us know that we have the habit. And we say, I've got to break this habit. I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to go within, and I'm really going to discover who and what I am. I know I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I'm not the name. I'm not any of this stuff. I'm the God. I'm the pure consciousness. I am the cosmic essence beyond consciousness. I am all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. I am outfitted with everything I will ever need on this eternal journey. I have the power to manifest anything I choose at any time I choose. I have the power to master the illusion, the mind, which then ends up I end up mastering the ego, and I use those to assist me through heart-mindedness. And all this stuff that we're presented with, okay? All this stuff we're presented with when we enter these bodies and we experience a life is all illusion. No matter how real it seems, it's illusion. Why then? What the heck are we all in this holographic generated universe? Why? For what purpose? To experience. It is a simple answer. It isn't complicated. Some of us want a real, 3,000-page answer. But it's to experience. That's what we do. It doesn't matter if you're in a horse's body, a human body, You're there to do what? Experience. What would we do if we didn't experience? We'd go crazy. We don't really think about it much. And see, to know that we have everything that we've ever desired or wanted, and the power that we are is within us, and to manifest those things is a drop in the bucket. It's so easy, yet we've been so reconfigured to stretch outside, see, to follow an ego mind that's also an illusion. To think small, that we're not powerful, right? That we're not manifesting masters, that that's all just a bunch of bunk. You've heard this, people have said this, and maybe you've said to yourself at one point, shape, form, or time in this life, what can little old me do? How am I supposed to be so powerful? See, this is the kind of mystique that's been generated among the civilization of this planet, to believe the opposite of what they are. And that's really wild. That took a lot of effort to be able to do that. To believe the opposite of what we are. And to be guided on that path. There are certain things that each of us don't really care for, right? We don't realize that we can shift gears and change it in a blink of the eye. You ever notice that when you do something, universe sends certain things in, and you do something that is actually, it kind of kicks things up. It mixes things up. It kind of breaks the cycle. And it actually feels good. First, maybe not. You kind of say to yourself, oh, God, I really don't care to do this. Right? And you're thinking, well, I wonder if there's a way I don't have to do this. And you go, no, I got to do it. And so when you do it, and you go, that felt really good. Because the universe says, let's throw some different things in here. Because you're thinking certain things. And you're sending thoughts out all the time. You just don't know it. And so some of those thoughts, you believe it or not, because there's nothing influencing. The ego mind's not influencing those thoughts. Because you're just sending them out. You're not addressing them. You're not fixated on them. You send them out, you let them go. And when you do that, certain things happen into your life. Things happen and come into your life. And you say, well, where the heck did that come from? I wasn't expecting that. And so we kind of just plop along, We just kind of move along in the whole process of things. And we don't really ask many questions or any stuff like that. We just kind of go along with it. And then we discover, I've been gripping the wheel way too tight. And I don't care to do that anymore, because every time I do that, I find I lose control. So I'm going to really lighten my grip on the wheel. Which means what? Because the mind is always thinking. That is its job. Okay? It's always planning and pretending, hoping and wishing, pondering and probing, dreaming and scheming, and yearning for more. Basically, 99% of the time, your mind is busy capturing data and processing it, assimilating, creating new information. It's extremely occupied trying to make sense of all this data and learn that what it needs is to know so you can become, do, and have whatever you desire. So the mind is necessary to have an experience in this body and is vital for your survival, yet it doesn't know how to stop thinking and discover a permanent state of bliss within. It is an awe-inspiring analyzing machine that functions a lot like a computer. And guess where computers came from? They came from the mind. So the mind can process, assimilate, and imagine anything if given enough time. You could even figure out Einstein's mathematical equations to space and time if you had a few decades and a burning desire. And yet, with all of its amazing power, there is one thing that the mind cannot provide for you, and that is everlasting inner peace. The mind is useless when it comes to discovering the eternal spiritual source of joy, love, and satisfaction, which is always at your core. And we all know the really interesting thing about the mind is that it only exists in the past or the future. It only knows yesterday and tomorrow. It simply cannot exist in the now, where peace resides. It spends all of its time in the future or the past. It is incapable of remaining in a state of peace because all its yearning, striving, and efforting to arrive there just creates more feelings of lacking peacefulness. It is always trying to get somewhere other than here now. It is always wondering what's going to happen next, or processing what has just happened. We dare you to try to keep your mind present in the now for this moment, this meditation. And we're all capable of doing it. You do it for a few moments. Let the mind reside only in the now and see what happens. Let it reside only in the now, not yesterday and tomorrow. Then you say, what did you notice? Did life suddenly become more peaceful? You may have caught a glimpse at the crazy life that manifests from living in a mind that is continually obsessed with past and future, all day long, all year long, all lifetime long. And with it in charge, none of us will ever find peace. You see, look at everything as an observer. Look at the past. Look at the ages. Have we as a species, collectively on this planet, ever found peace? I'm not talking about a day or two or a week or a month. Continual peace. Have we ever found it? And the mind never stops to rest in the now, because it would lose its job. It operates from the perspective that the now is not okay in some way, and thus it must always improve or change it. This is the exact opposite of the energy of inner peace, which stems from a deep knowing that everything is always perfect in the entire universe in this simple, sweet moment. Join in meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in from the nose, and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. When one being lives every day from what their true infinite potential is, an amazing shift will happen for everyone. A contagious reaction of a new consciousness will occur, and our whole planet will wake up. Everyone will experience themselves as this infinite source, believe it or not. The one being to start this chain reaction is you. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, the following morning. We'll return here tonight, Friday, May 9th, after 9:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our reverse aging health call and all the rest. And Saturday, May 10, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.